Peace, my beautiful people. It is your girl, the real Tony Hickman. I know it's been a minute since I made a video. I'm sorry. Figuring out life, figuring out purpose, and kind of caught up in my own BS, you know. I have started a fast, so I am on my 3-day fast. As y'all know, I have been practicing liquidarianism. But in that journey, I have eaten. And of course, you know, with addiction, when you eat something, you want more. And so, yeah, I have eaten. And then I'd go right back. But, you know, the brain is a fickle thing. Or the lower conscious self is a fickle thing. Because it will convince you that it's okay to go against your higher morals, to go against your willpower. But yeah, I have been on this 3-day fast, and I was thinking, no, it's my 3rd day on the fast, so I can already see that my face is getting a little slim, and that's okay with me right now. But I am on herbs, water, and lemon water, so no smoothies, because even though I practice liquidarianism, the smoothies were like the satisfying thing, and it was a meal because I would put so much in it. I would put avocados, spinach, dates, mango. I put everything in it, and I knew I wanted to just stop that part. But I didn't. I didn't, because again, that compromising self is just like, you're still doing something healthy, which I was. It was my journey. Like, again, it took me a minute to even get here, which was to get to liquidarianism anyway, because at first, when I learned about raw vegan, or when I learned about liquidarianism, I was just like, oh, I could never do that. And then I eventually did 21 days raw, and this was like, this was a couple of years ago. But I did eventually did 21 days raw, and then from there I went to do a year raw. But see, even with raw, you have the compromising self, because the nuts can be filling. The nuts can be the thing that you use to satisfy your filled tummy. Right now, I don't have that. Now, the lemon water does make me feel less jittery. Now, I'm on my 3rd day, and I'm even though I'm at the park, I chose not to do much exercise. I just wanted to come out here. I just wanted to come out here and get some fresh air and some sunlight. And I'm going to meditate for a minute. And I did a little walking, but it's just not extreme, because I don't feel like that's what I need to do at this time. And so I'm following that. I am following that, because I don't want to push myself so hard that I hurt myself, right? But I was thinking about this the other day. We don't, because I know a lot of people will watch it and be like, well, you're fasting. You already was fasting on the smoothies and the liquids, you know. And yeah, that was a start of a fast. 21 days raw vegan is still a start of a fast if you have been doing something else, if you've been eating cooked food or whatever. And now I'm letting go of the smoothies. Now, I can't say how long I'm going to let go of the smoothies, but I know I can feel the difference when I eat versus when I don't. And I can tell what I crave versus what I don't, right? But the ultimate goal for me in this journey is to focus on healing and focus on my discipline because this journey of liquids also keeps me firm on my discipline, right? I'm sorry, I had to start the camera over because I had a coughing fit. Something flew in my mouth, or or I just need more liquids. But yeah, eventually I want to take away the lemon water and just do the herbs and water. But I'm not there yet. But see, that's my way of allowing myself my cravings without compromising so much. Because the crazy thing is, like, in life, right, as humans, we will go hard to get our money. We will go hard to focus on our goals and our dreams. So we go hard for everything external. But pushing ourselves internally can be a different challenge, because all we're doing is seeing with our eyes. We're seeing how everything is external instead of paying attention to what's internal and the things that we can do to help ourselves and even push ourselves. And this is nothing against doctors, because if it wasn't for doctors, I wouldn't be alive. But many times we'll run to the white coats and the doctors that, if you look at them carefully, they themselves may have issues with addiction. If you just pay attention to your doctor, right? So even though they may know the wisdom and that they may know the medical wisdom that they are taught in school, even though they may know that, they still are somebody we look to when it comes to health as our God of our health, when our God of our health is internally. We have the voice within that tells us, listen, I need you to stick to this today. I need you to get up an hour early, or I need you to sleep an hour late. We have the compromising self. And a lot of times we will compromise against our own internal values. We will compromise hurting our internal self. And unfortunately, that is what is hurting us as a whole. So my question is, why don't we challenge ourselves more internally? Because see, we're distracted by what we see right now. We're distracted by everything in front of us with our eyes, that we don't pay attention to what is inside. But then if you pay attention to the statistics of how our health is declining and disease is rising, then that would make you want to question, what are we doing, right? But we do it because we're addicted to everything. We're addicted to our phones. We are addicted to movies and TV. We're addicted to our foods, number one. Everybody who talks about drug addicts, listen, you have no right if you're still eating burgers, fries, and drinking your Kool-Aid and your sodas. And even if you are vegan and you feel like you gotta eat every 2-3 hours and snack, you still have addiction. And I'm not pointing a finger saying, oh, you not me. This is why I'm fasting. because I acknowledge our addictions as humans. And we get addicted to the comfort of how these foods and chewing satisfy our emotional cravings. But when we stop chewing, when we stop the process of constantly putting something in our mouth to satisfy a salt craving, a sugar craving, we start to deal with the internal self. And it's interesting, you know. Now, I've done this before. I've done it before like 5 days. And then I stopped. But I don't want to put a time on how long I'm going to do it. Just know y'all going to see me lose weight. And that's okay. I'm not obsessed with weight. I'm obsessed, or I want to be at peace with my journey of discipline. I don't want to be obsessed with anything, but I want to be at peace with my journey of discipline. And for anybody who is starting a fast, or you've started one and you stopped, you started one and you ate and then you went back, I hope you are giving yourself grace too. Because at least you did that, right? At least you started. You've planted the seed. Sometimes when we have plants, they can wither. But if we water them again, they get back right. And that's life. We make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's just not okay to dwell or live in the mistake. And right now, as humans, we are living in the mistakes of our lives. We are comfortable in our complacency. We are comfortable in how we are taking care of our body or not taking care of our body. We are comfortable with the things that we are putting in our body, even though we know that it is causing internal harm. We still eat it. And if you think about that on a grand scale, right, that's something mentally wrong with us as humans. We are addicted so much to food. And so, and I'm going to say something right now that it may sound offensive, but I don't mean it to be offensive. I mean it to make a point. Like right now in our world, it has become popular to be quote unquote thick, right? And so even obesity has become okay. Now, I'm not saying that it's not okay for you to be on your own journey. And wherever that journey is leading you, that's your journey. And I'm not here to judge you as a person, because it's your journey. And just like I have my addictions that I am choosing to master or work on, we all have our addictions that we are choosing to work on. But that has become popular, and if someone is skinny, you will have people who are obese that will constantly tell you, girl, you need to gain some weight. Oh, you need to get off of that fast. Oh, you need to blah, 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 blah. So you want me to feed my addictions. You want the skinny girls to feed our addictions. And skinny girls may be eating differently. I'm not saying that because I'm saying the world has shifted to even welcoming obesity as a norm. instead of tackling our addictions. And everybody has addictions, right? We have addictions in different ways. So some people have addictions to pornography. Some people have addictions to a lot of food. People have addictions to just compromising and being their lower self. But we all have addictions, including me. I hope y'all never feel like I'm judging. I look at the human concept and it's like I want to dissect it. And so that's what y'all hear from me. But I'm never judging because I have my own issues that I work on, you know? I work on myself constantly. Every time I see an issue, and that I don't know even how healthy that is, but every time I have an issue or I see an issue even with me and somebody else, I'm always looking back at myself. Like, what can I fix? What did I do? How do I alter? But I think that's so important. Is like we can be so judgmental toward others, right? We can be so judgmental toward others and so harsh on their own decisions for their own life. But what are we doing to correct ourselves? And so when y'all hear my videos, it really be dialogue of downloads and just deep thinking of the human compass. You know, like getting us figured out. So on that note, y'all like my hat? My friend who I walk with, well, I don't walk with anybody when I'm out here. I love walking alone, actually. That's the crazy thing. But I see her all the time, and she always has on these hats. And so she had a new one in her car, and she gave me this hat, and I love it. You know, it helps block the sun, even though I'm not trying to block the sun. I thought I would put it on today because I just got it day before yesterday. But I thought I'd put it on today because it makes room for my locks to come out. But yeah, I wish y'all peace. I wish y'all growth. I wish you your own becoming. But I do wish, most of all, that you continue to pay attention to your higher self and the voice within that is guiding us toward a greater becoming. I love y'all.